Hello everyone, I hope you're well today. It's Michelle here from Michelle Flair Art, and today I have for you a nice little studio vlog showing you the ceramics I've been making and a few other little things I've been up to. So let's not fuss about, let's crack on with it, shall we? Okay, let's go. The past couple of weeks I've been doing a lot of ceramic work. I fired a whole heap of pieces and I've been sitting in my studio underglazing and glazing all of the bisqueware. It's something that always takes a lot longer than I expect, so I've had days just sitting in the studio doing this, but it's all worth it in the end when you pull it out of the kiln finished. So I've been working on a project for a group exhibition, and the exhibition is for local ceramicists with between 5 and 10 years experience. It's part of a bigger festival here, a bigger ceramic festival that's a national festival, and it's being held here this year. So it's very exciting, and I've been wanting to create, you know, the best work that I can, being new to ceramics and kind of working a lot of it out on my own. It's been a bit daunting creating this project, but I came up with a concept, and that's been really, really helpful in steering me in the work and creating a cohesive kind of body of work with very different pieces in it. So some of the pieces are sculptural and some of the pieces are functional. And the best thing about it is I've just had so much fun doing it, and I've learned a lot more about ceramics and what works and what doesn't, what fires well in the kiln, what will crack, what will break, what will fall off. So it's been really good in that way. For the exhibition, each artist gets a table, and you can do kind of whatever you like on that table within limits. I'm going to create an installation made up of lots of ceramic pieces that I've made, and I'm going to call the entire installation Persephone's Table. And I'm calling it that because what I'm doing, my concept is to imagine if Persephone had like an event in the underworld and she had a little snack table or a grazing board or something set up. Just like if she was having like a little afternoon soiree, a little afternoon event, and she had, the little table set up with all the food and drinks and things for all of the gods that might visit the underworld. I've done a lot of research into ancient Greek foods, and they ate a lot of fruits. So I have made a lot of fruits. The first of which is, of course, the pomegranate. And the pomegranate is very important in the story of Persephone. Actually, what I might do is give you a little rundown of the story of Persephone before I show you any more things, just so it makes a little more sense. If you don't know the story of Persephone, she is the daughter of Demeter. Demeter is the goddess of spring and fertility and life. So Persephone is in a field one day doing her thing, looking at flowers, and the god of the underworld, Hades, comes up and steals her away and takes her down to the underworld. Demeter, her mother, gets very, very upset, and the fields start to die as she mourns the loss of her daughter. Now, the other gods aren't happy about this because the people on earth are getting very, very angry at them. So Zeus tries to make a deal with Hades and says, hey, can you please bring Persephone back? We need her up here. Her mum's really sad. But in the meantime, Persephone has eaten some seeds from pomegranates, which are a food of the underworld. And when she eats those seeds, it binds her to the underworld and to Hades. So a deal is struck where she has to spend part of the year in the underworld, and then for the other part of the year, she can come up into the earth. So the story is traditionally associated with like the change in seasons. It's a very classic kind of Greek myth. So I thought it was rich pickings for creating a body of work, and that's full of symbology and metaphor and meaning. So here we have a pear and an apple. And these have been really fun to make. All of the fruit has just been such a joy to make. Just getting the shapes and, putting on the little leaves and then choosing the colors. Not extremely difficult to make, but just trying to get the shape right has been a little bit of a challenge, but you work it out. So yeah, I've really enjoyed making these. Here we have a persimmon. And there's a wonderful underglaze colour called persimmon, so that's fantastic. Figs. I've got quite a few figs. And I've done a half fig too. That's got to be fried as well, but I'll paint like the fig seeds in the middle. And then here's a little garlic clove, or several cloves. I'm not sure what you call the whole thing. Anyway, it's a garlic. It's garlic. I'm not going to show you everything I made because I've made quite a few things and I'd like to keep some things a bit of a surprise, but I have been making plates, little plates with things like this written on it. This says grub for gods. I don't know if where you are you use the term grub for food, but it's used in Australia sometimes. And so this is just a little plate. So I've done one with dindins for divinity and treaties for titans. So they all kind of reference divinity and gods and Greek mythology. So that's that. I've just painted with underglaze on there. And then my favorite thing I've made is this jug. And it says nectar because nectar is the drink of the gods. The food of the gods is ambrosia, and I have two platters that I'm in the process of making that are going to be all about ambrosia. But this was modelled off an ancient Greek vessel that I saw a picture of online. I'm not quite sure how functional it is. I haven't tested it out yet, but it's quite a cute sculptural object in its own right. And I've planted flowers around it just to reference spring and Persephone's association with, you know, life and flowers and fertility and that kind of thing. So that's just a little look at the ceramic works I've been making lately. I have another load in the kiln doing a bisque fire, which is the first fire before you start to paint the glazes on. And I'll have some more to show you in the next video, I'm sure. I'm really excited to take you along on this journey because you'll get to see the finished work eventually, and it's just nice to see how things progress. It's a slow journey. I've kind of started this work before we went away on holidays, just playing around with ideas and kind of get the concept kind of down pat. It's quite a loose concept, so it gives me a lot of room to play, and so I can just work things out as I go. But I'm having a lot of fun making these things. I think you can see that. I hope you can see that. It's been a great joy for me to make these. Something else I've done this week is I started a new journal. I've painted the cover page with some owls. I actually I filmed the process of this for you, but the videos got, I don't know, they were sent to iCloud and then they somehow disappeared from my phone and they're just not there anymore. So that's a real shame because I did the whole process from start to finish and it would have been a nice addition to this video. But anyway, this is the cover page. Just 2 hours. And it was just a fun watercolor painting. I just wanted to get the book started. Now I have a new journal and I'm going to try and do something in this most days. So it will probably fill up pretty quickly. I love these journals so much. They're just my favorite. And finally, I finished this creature, which is a soft sculpture whale. I love making soft sculptures in my spare time and I've started to accumulate quite a few. Once I'm finished with this exhibition, I'm really going to focus on my web store and I'm going to upload the soft sculptures that I've made as a little collection. They're very unique and I make them without a real plan and I'll just sit on the couch and stitch while I'm watching a movie or something. So these take quite a long time to create and they're hard to price, but you know, I just accumulate them. So it might be time to sell a few. But when that happens, I'll let you know anyway. I'm really excited to get my store going again. It's already on my website. There's not a lot on there though. It takes a long time to upload things. Well, first you've got to photograph them and upload them. So that is actually a long process that takes away from your making time. But if you don't try and sell them, then you just accumulate them. That's something I'll be doing soon. Anyway, can you get a good look at this? I just freeform the pattern and make all this stitching up as I go along. There's no pencil marks, there's no marks put down. I just do it all with the embroidery threads and just cut out the eyes as I go. So it's very free, very loose, and yeah, I love it. My brother has been here this past week, so we have been out and about and exploring. We went to the aquarium one day, which was fun. And then, of course, we went to the hills. Winter is our wet season here, and it is just spectacular up there at the moment. All of the rivers and waterfalls are flowing, and the country's just come to life. So it's really nice to be outdoors and get a little break from the studio. I find that it's actually really important to take a break from the studio, so having visitors has been a good thing. It gets me out and about, and I can just think about other things other than art, which I think is really important actually. It fills the inspiration cup too, which is great. I've become really a lot more relaxed about my practice lately. I used to feel like I had to be making something all of the time, that I wasn't being productive if I didn't have my hands in something. But I think that's just a symptom of the modern age, and actually time away from it just to get the head completely out of that zone, and also time just sitting and daydreaming and thinking is really good time too. It's not wasted. It's actually very valuable. So it's good when I can get into the studio after a break like that and I feel really invigorated and ready to make. I really like to make in quite short bursts. I will do ceramics for like 3 or 4 days non-stop. I mean, get out of bed, make things until, 6 p.m. and make dinner, and that's a full day. So I'm not sure how healthy it is, but instead of making a little bit every day, I'll just make it in a burst, and then I probably won't make anything with ceramics until 3 or 4 weeks down the track. I tend to alternate between mediums. So I'll do some ceramics and I'll do some watercolors for a week, and then I might do some stitching for a week, or I might do paper mache for a week. It just kind of rotates like that. It's good to kind of be aware of the way you make, and there is no right or wrong. And I think it's really important that you never let anyone tell you that there is a right and a wrong. I have done that before. I've tried to work the way that other people work, and it just doesn't work for me. So you've got to find your natural rhythm and make it enjoyable. If it's not enjoyable, you're not going to do it. There's very few incentives to make art apart from your own real desire or need to have to do it. So it might as well be fun. That's what I think anyway. Yeah, just make sure it's always fun, or at least curious. Like, it doesn't have to be laborious unless you want it to be, unless you want to be a super serious, like, conceptual artist who wants to push themselves to the limit. If that's your thing, I mean, you've still got to enjoy it, right? There's got to be something in that for you. Otherwise, why would you bother? But yeah, so what I'm saying is have more fun, be creative, find your own flow, go with your own rhythm. I think it's the only way to do it. But thank you guys for watching again. I really, really appreciate it. I didn't have a lot for you this week, but I think I did show you a fair bit of work actually. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon. Okay, peace out, guys. Cheers. Bye.